Hi, this is Paul from Sandwellmobiles, and this is my full review on the Nokia Lumia 635. Here's the phone, let's get into it. So the Nokia Lumia 635 has a 1.2 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 400 processor. Processor speed is 1.2 GHz. RAM is 512, and you're looking at SD card up to 128 gig, which is absolutely brilliant. You've got a back camera of a 5 megapixel and videos in 720p. Battery size is 1830 milliamp hours, so altogether a good battery. You're looking at 648 hours standby and 14 hours talk time, and obviously it's running the Windows 8.1 operating system. 4.5 inch display, absolutely brilliant size. Now here's my run through and review of the Nokia Lumia 635. Hope you enjoy. So the first thing I'm going to run you through is the Windows settings. This is of 8.1 version, so I'll just run you through some of the settings and obviously a few bits what you can do on the front of the phone. So this is obviously your basically your home screen. With these icons, if you press and hold them, you can actually get rid of them and put them back to obviously just in the settings, or you can make them smaller, or you can make them bigger, or a little medium size like it is. Now to get out of that, all you do is you just press the little Windows button there, and that takes you back out. So obviously I've set up my home screen to sort of what I want. So for instance, that's my Facebook there, and obviously I've got my YouTube. I've got the Here Drive Plus, that comes on there standard on the front screen, but you don't obviously have to have it on there. I will show you that working later in the video. And obviously this is your music here. So obviously you've got music there, that's like obviously your music. And then one of my favourite things about this phone so far, and obviously about the Windows so far, is this mixed radio. So it basically is free, and you can obviously listen to music. It's up-to-date music as well. Obviously they've got summer tracks at the moment and stuff like that. Yeah, it's good. I won't play nothing because obviously I don't want to. And then you've got the Nokia camera. I will show you that later. You'll see all pictures and everything. And I've got the weather on my front screen as well, and a few other bits, like there's a few Xbox Live stuff as well, and obviously there's a news feed there as well, and obviously I've got the calendar there as well. That's synced with Facebook, not really ideal for me, but there you go. And then obviously I've got pictures. And then to get to settings, you can either at any time just swipe to the left, and you can obviously always go down to the bottom and press the arrow. So this gets you into the features, and obviously it goes from obviously A all the way to Z. If you press just press one of the letters, then it brings up what you've got in whichever letter. So if I want to go to say settings, I press S, and then settings is at the top. And then obviously these are the settings that we got. I'm going to just start off with the ringtones. Ringtones, I've actually got one of the old Nokia ones. Takes me back to my Nokia 3310 and my 5110. And then obviously you've got like normal tunes as well. I must admit, the phone is quite loud. Speaker's situated there. If it gets covered up at any time, it does quiet the phone right down, but it's actually alright in your pocket. I can hear it fine. So we just come out of there. And obviously you've got notifications there, for instance, your message tone, and you've got keypad sound, and basically all the sounds that you want are in that piece there. And then you've got the startup theme, so obviously you can choose a picture to have on the startup screen. I've just got one of the normal backgrounds here, so that's that. And going back, you obviously got your email accounts, and then you've got your lock screen. Your lock screen, you can either have weather, Facebook, or basically anything that you pretty much want a normal picture, which is fairly good. I quite like that. Or you can have a calendar on it as well. Going down notifications, so obviously this is just what you're having pushed to your phone and stuff like that, whether you want it just on Wi-Fi or whether you want it on 3G, which is good. And then you've got your Wi-Fi, and then you've got the aeroplane mode, Bluetooth, Cellular plus SIM, and then you've got the roaming and basically this is like a hotspot internet sharing kind of thing. So that's when you change your phone into a hotspot. And you got the VPN. So you can either have the VPN on or off, or status, whichever. And then you've got workplace. So you've got workplace. That's obviously to put your phone in the work mode. You've got 2 different modes. You can add account for like personal and work, which is another great thing. And in Kids Corner, so I'm going to come out of this now and show you Kids Corner. We'll put it on through here. So we go launch Kids Corner. Kids Corner is basically you set your phone up for kids, like you put your games in there, as I've put music and the camera, and obviously you can't get out of that. There's no way of getting out of it, getting into your phone and getting into things that they shouldn't do. If you press the lock button, it locks back up, and obviously when you swipe up you do have to enter your PIN, and then that obviously takes you back into there. And also from the lock screen, if they press it again, swipe to the left, you're back into Kids Corner. So yeah, Kids Corner is good. So we just come out of that now, and we go back into where we was. Obviously anything that you want to see, press and hold that, and that takes you back to obviously where you was. So we're going back to settings. I do like that. I must admit, because I don't ever read manuals on the phones, not that you even get them these days, but I was wondering how you did that. So it did take me a little bit of time to actually figure out where that was, because I'm used to like sort of pressing down like a sort of a home button, or like with the Samsung a different button as well. So yeah, and when you obviously just press back, it just goes back once, but you've got to press and hold it. So, and then we've got battery saving mode. So obviously that tells you all about your battery. I must admit, I've been using it for about 3-4 days now. Battery's pretty good in it. I'm quite impressed. It's not as if I've just been using it as a little bit of this. I've been using this is actually my work SIM card that's in it now. So yeah, and you've got the storage mode. So this is an 8 gig phone. So it's enough for just like a little work phone, which that's basically what it is for me, or your kid's first phone. I mean, price wise, I paid I paid £129.99 plus £10 top up through Carphone Warehouse. So yeah, brightness, you can either have it on medium, low, medium or high. So it's quite a good settings, and I don't think you need them any different to that. So it's actually quite good that the way they've set them out, which is good. Screen rotation, obviously screen rotation, you can either have that on or off when you twist round, which is good. And you've got the screen projector, obviously project it onto the TV if you've got that kind of TV. And you've got Find My Phone, you have to link that up through Windows, and you've got backup, syncing. Driving mode is basically you just put your phone, it puts it in a certain mode, Bluetooths it up and stuff like that. And you've got obviously USBs and time, date, keyboard. Keyboard, obviously you can change the language on keyboard. And then there's just a few more bits as we go down. Navigation bar, basically there you go. Nokia accounts, audio, display, there you go. Adjust the brightness, so you can adjust it as much as you want to where you want it. Obviously low level, medium level, high level, that's quite good. And you can flick through as well on how it's going to look. So yeah, that is pretty good. I must admit, I've had mine on high, so it's at its full battery basically of using with the brightness, because I've always had it on high. So yeah, and then you've got the device hub nearby. Obviously this is just like the routers and stuff nearby. Okay, so coming out of that. So with the icons as well, you can also, when you press and hold them, you can also move them about as well, like you can obviously on other phones. So then obviously you can move like the little ones up. You can basically move them to anywhere you want. And when you want to stop, just press the Windows and that takes you out of that. So yeah, quite good. There's the Nokia stores because I moved it about now. Yeah, so you've got a lot of free stuff in here. For instance, Affold 8, that was a free game that I downloaded. Obviously you've got ITV Player. This is all in like sort of basically Nokia's store. And then running through there, so that's like your free apps. And then there's paid for apps obviously as well. And then come out of there. And then you've got obviously the Windows Store. And there you go, that's basically your Windows Store, featured apps. So really Windows is getting up there with the app situation along with Android and iOS. Quite impressive, it seems to be alright. Some of the games in there and stuff like that are pretty expensive compared to like Apple and stuff like that, but it's going to be some of it. It's the other way around as well. For instance, Affold 8 is a bought game on Android and Apple, and it's not on here, so there you go. Okay, so let's get onto the internet and have a look what that's like. To be quite honest, it's pretty fast. It does what you need it to do. It's just search cars. There you go. Search pictures of cars. It's pretty fast. I think it's not slow at all really on the internet. It does what it needs. It does what it needs to do. So that's bringing up pictures of cars quite fast. It does work pretty well on the 4G as well. I will try and show you a bit of the 4G. I will need to put a different SIM in it now because it's got my contract orange in there at the moment. Okay, so that's basically internet running through. Obviously we can click on Facebook as well. Go through to Facebook. I've got a Facebook app on there, but there you go, so that's going through to Facebook. Okay, so that was a bit of the internet. Now we're going to go into, this is like your emails. So this is your emails. I quite like this bit. When you press and hold them like that, it comes up with your options. So obviously you can mark that as read, or mark it as unread, or basically whatever you want. Move, flag, delete, which is quite good. So yeah, I like the mail. Keypad, nice and big. Not lagging behind or anything like that. Does the job. Okay, so we're into text messages now. Keyboard sets out quite nicely. Obviously up top is 2, and obviously then you've got down the bottom your actual message. Keyboard seems to work quite well. You can type pretty fast once, obviously when it's in your hand. It's quite good. Obviously it comes along with the words that you might want to type across the bottom, which is pretty good. There you go. So there you go. That's basically what it looks like. You can't really see that quite well, but there you go, that's better. You can't really see the white from where you are, but okay, so now I'm going to just we're going to switch over now. I'm going to show you some of the Here Drive Plus and the video and camera test on the actual phone as well. Here you go. Go on in, go. So we're videoing 720p. Looks pretty good to me. yeah, got some nice colours and everything. Pretty happy with that. Flick up from the bottom and then you're into your destination, and it will give you turn by turn. So if we just put in that postcode there, so you can go by postcode or by address. It's just searching for that now. There you go. So drive to, and you can press start.
After 100 yards.
Oh, so it has got a voice.
Onto Swan Street Avenue and then turn right.
So it has got verse, and it is obviously turn by turn.
Swan Street Avenue.
I'll come back a little bit.
And then turn right onto Canterbury Road.
There you go.
After a quarter of a mile, make a U-turn.
So it's basically telling you turn by turn navigation with voice. So yeah, for free, you can't really moan about that. Definitely worth having. And I use mine on my iPhone all the time, but obviously for a cheap phone like that, I think it's pretty good going, definitely. So these are like the other settings on the actual phone. Obviously you've got alarm, and you've got the app social. So that is basically like the Nokia Center sort of thing. Well, it's the app social, that's what they call it. FO8, that's obviously the game that I downloaded for free. And then you've got the battery saver. You've got the calendar and calculator, camera, then you've got your data. This is your data usage. I actually quite like this. I think this is a good idea. I know you got it on some other phones, but obviously I've used 1.6 on Wi-Fi and 6 meg on cellular, which, you know what I mean, all good. And obviously you've got Facebook, finance, FM radio, food and drink. Food and drink, obviously that's like a map, and that tells you sort of like what what's in the area where you are. That's one of the things that it does. Gives you news, recipes and stuff like that. Just another little added thing, quite nice. And you've got health and fitness. Health and fitness is basically steps, and you can do daily like tasks, exercises and stuff like that. Yeah, another great thing, and tells you how to eat healthily. It's all good. A lot of these mobile phone things are doing the health thing at the moment. Obviously you've got the Samsung watches and God knows what else. I mean, Apple will more likely bring theirs out this year, I'd imagine. And obviously you've got the Here Drive Plus, and then you've got the Here Maps as well. And obviously you've got your internet. You've got the Lumia Help and Tips. Obviously that tells you a bit about it. I could have gone in there to search that. And you've got Maps, Messenger, Messages, Messenger. And obviously you've got your mixed radio, your music, your news feed. I quite like that news feed being on the front actually. Tells you a bit. For instance, obviously on the day of this is when Robin Williams died. Shame really, brilliant actor. And you got Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. That's a little like free download thing. You can try the apps before you buy them. Nokia camera, and you got the Office, OneDrive, OneNote, and Outlook. Obviously, these are the ones that all link up to your Windows PC or Windows laptop. People, that will be people in your phone book. There you go. Not many people in my phone book because, yeah, well, there's not. And then you've got the photos here as well. Obviously that is like albums and stuff like that. Podcast, everyone knows what a podcast is. You can obviously choose podcasts to go in there, search them and everything, which is pretty good. And then you've got Skype, that's already built, that's another built-in app, but obviously you can delete that if you don't want it, save up some storage. I'm not a Skype person, I don't use Skype, so if I really needed the space, that would be out of there. Solitaire, I downloaded that. Speed Test, I downloaded that. Sports, let's have a look at sports. Okay, that just tells you like football results and news matches, and yeah, another good thing if you like football and stuff like that, and cricket and God knows what else. Not a bit of me. Storage, okay, so you got your storage, yeah, obviously mine's an 8 gig phone. One of the good things about this Nokia is you got an SD card, where that is where they kind of let it down with the Moto G, being an 8 gig handset and you can't add no more in it. Obviously with the Nokia Lumia 635 you can, so they let it down a little bit there. like I said, the Moto G is definitely a bit of me. I like the phone. Just shame it's not. I don't think the Moto G was a 4G handset. I think it was 3G if I remember rightly. Travel and data. Transfer my data, even traveling data. Then you got travel. Travel is basically just what is it? It's flight times and stuff like that. Hotels. You can book hotels. You've got video. Okay, so then you've got wallet. I won't go in there because it's actually got a couple of my things in there. You can link your PayPal to it. It's got my Microsoft link to it and stuff like that. And obviously then you've got weather. Don't know why there's two weathers, but there is. And then you've got YouTube. Okay, so I hope you like that. That's been my full review on the Nokia Lumia 635. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, subscribe button's down there. Subscribe to see lots more phone reviews. I'll give the phone basically... I'm going to give it sort of like a 7 out of 10 to be honest with you, which is pretty good. I rate it probably near enough as good as the Motorola G, and it's around that price. So, but I did like the Motorola G. Motorola G was my kind of phone. Maybe it was because it was Android. I mean, this is the first Windows phone I've used for probably well over a year. I think the last one I used was maybe a 920 or a 900. I can't remember, but I never liked that. But over the last about 4 days, and I'm liking it. So I'm going to carry on using it for a bit and get used to a bit of Windows, because obviously with my shop I need to know a little bit more about Windows when people come in. And to be honest, I don't know enough, but I'm actually enjoying it. Okay, so I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.